Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another podcast episode. It's episode 6 of the podcast. After 6 or 7 months, I'm not posting the podcast. I'm finally making a podcast episode, and you see a few differences. For one, starters, and there's a border around this episode that I made for this podcast, and now you'll see that in every other new episode and all that stuff. So it's pretty interesting that you guys can see some new stuff. And plus, it's now not on my second channel or my other channels. Let's check After Hours. This is on my main channel. I just posted on the podcast section of the channel. So YouTube has its own thing where you can put podcasts in a video and a format thing. So I'm gonna do that from now on. But the first 5 episodes are gonna be posted on my channel in the coming future, and then post a video episode after those videos are posted. So when I'm done with that, I will definitely post that. But now we're on episode 6 of the podcast. We're not starting off new. I wanted to keep my old podcast episodes because I have some with Oz. I have some with interesting stuff that I didn't want to go over again. I wanted to keep going forward with this and work on past that. By the way, Oz will be coming back on my podcast episodes. He's been always on me saying that he wants to record some podcast video episodes, and I'm totally down to do it. Oz. So we're talking about something like in the coming future about anything that's gonna happen. But today's podcast episode, I don't know what to talk about. So I think I was going to either talk about like baseball or some school stories. And I think school stories is the best thing because people would probably wonder where I've been. So recently, not recently, but in the last few months, I haven't posted 6 something months. It's because of school. I mean, school has been a big thing for my time. And just recording videos and streaming or anything has been dormant due to the fact that I've been streaming and all that stuff a lot, because I just I want to focus more on school and stuff like that. Even if I don't do anything for school, I still just want to not go into a rabbit hole of playing games, because I can stay for hours and hours on end playing games or on YouTube instead of just actually getting sleep or worrying about other things about my life. So I want to just focus on that, and then on weekends I would post a lot of videos and stuff in short. But we're nearing the end of the school year, so it doesn't matter anymore for that. So I'm just gonna focus on I should maybe some YouTube videos and less on school. I mean, school is still pretty important to worry about because I have Regents stuff like that. I don't know if that's just a New York thing or that's just a school thing, but it's a thing. It's like a standardized test kind of thing that some teachers have require. So I'm gonna take that in the coming future, the next couple weeks. So I have 3 of them coming up. I have one for history, math, and English, and I'm really good at math, which some school says I want to tell, and maybe not this episode of the podcast, but I'll probably tell in the future of the podcast. So if you guys want to do this podcast episode, please subscribe to my main channel. Honestly, this is my main channel now, so I'm gonna post a lot more here, and then I'll do other things like the video as well, and we're gonna keep posting regularly. Honestly, we're also gonna post on the Spotify all the time. It's gonna stay the same. Nothing's gonna change at all, and we're just gonna keep going on normally. And then Oz is gonna come with me and stay with me, and probably on every other episode or maybe every episode or as much as I post. Again, don't expect a regular a regular cycle of posting. So don't expect once a week, once every couple days. No, just expect one whenever I can have the fun time to post a podcast episode. I'm surprised I can post one right now, to be honest. Anyways, I want to talk about some. I guess let's talk about some school stories first, because that's pretty interesting. So I've just been bombarded with school stuff. I don't want to I can't get I don't know. I could get into it. I guess it's I just been focused. I haven't played Minecraft in weeks. It's been yesterday. It's my first time playing in weeks. Honestly, I played a lot of Hypixel because my friend was like, "Oh, you want to get on Hypixel?" And I was like, "Sure." And we didn't play, but I got on Hypixel anyways. And the only game I played in the last couple months was Total Accurate Battlegrounds, which is called Tab G, which is a weird shooter game that I played with my friend Arctic. Arctic. And then I played other stuff on stream months ago. I haven't streamed in a while either. I played a lot of the weird Five Nights at Freddy's fan games and stuff like that. So when I would play Five Nights at Candy's 1 and then 2 and then Five Nights at Treasure Island and all that weird stuff that FNAF fan gamers makers have made on Game Jolt, and I would just play them a bunch on stream, and I would make a lot of followers and use some money on that because I have Twitch affiliates. But that's been months ago. That was 2 months ago. Now I'm just making I'm just mostly just doing school and making some YouTube videos and a lot of shorts, because shorts are actually really important for a YouTube channel nowadays. If you don't make shorts content, I suggest invest into a little bit on shorts content, because when you do a little shorts, you can get a lot more views and maybe close to, really won't get money on shorts, because you only need like 10 million views in a month, or actually 3 months, 90 days, which is kind of hard, because unless you listen, start popping off with views. And I even think shorts views are chump, like money is chump change. I remember like I was watching a Master Oogway video, and he said he makes like $50 from like shorts, from like a short, which sounds like a lot, but like he makes millions and millions of views on a short. So $50, I feel like he make more on YouTube videos, but people don't really watch YouTube videos that much anymore, because people are more focused on the short content, which is understandable. People are nowadays in the generation like spend like a minute on TikTok or less, so they're gonna only watch short content. And but I guess if it's only on, but it has to be on short, because I could post like a minute and 1 second of a video on my YouTube channel, but if I posted it a second shorter on my main channel, it will gain a lot more traction. That's why it's funny how my first video wasn't a YouTube short. It was because it was a second longer than the actual minute mark. It was vertical video, so if that was only a second less, it would have been a YouTube short, and probably maybe got a little more traction or something like that, or it would just been different. I'm glad I made it a minute and 1 second, and not a minute though, because I like how it's not a video. I'm not a short, and yeah, so something I got makes so look out for just making YouTube shorts. Anyways, I'm in just doing a lot of school, so I have like right now I've like doing a lot of algebra 2 regents work. Got to do a lot of like studying and stuff like that. Then I had to do like English, I gotta write essay, and history, I gotta write an essay for it too, and other multiple choice and short answer questions. That's all kind of weird. I hate how you gotta write essay for history, because history, I'm pretty decent at history, I guess. I don't really know, like, I feel like I'm alright, because my global history regions last year was pretty decent, because I I defined like the time I took the regions, and I did really well in the class, I guess. My class, the grade I got on my quiz was quite close to my average, so I think I'm doing pretty well. This year's gonna get a little harder, because I don't want to say much, but like my history teacher had like a little thing, had something happen to him, like a little, and he had to be out, and he's gone, not off from like Earth, but like gone for like teaching, so he had to like hire a new teacher, and then he had to teach us for a little while, but like we had to have a substitute for a little while to teach us history for some time, and then we had to get an actual replacement for the history teacher, and now we're back teaching, but we're a lot of stuff we're rushing through, because we ran out of time due to the fact that my first history teacher was kind of a little, I'm be honest, was a little slow with teaching, and the second teacher was pretty fast, but the problem was we missed like a week of like actual like lessons, because due to the fact to find teachers and answers for what's going on right now with his teacher. So we had to make up for that lost time that happened, and then like speed through some things, and then my new history teacher had speed through a lot of topics. But it's understandable how like it's understanding now, like, because like every class we will learn about like a new president and what they do for the country and all that. So usually like last like a few times. So say for example like Tuesday I think it was, I learned about like Joe Biden and Donald Trump and Obama all in like one thing, because they're like the newer topics, like their new history. But then I learned about Bill Clinton one day, then Bush, and then all that. Yeah, so it's so silly. It's interesting, but yeah, and then also like other classes like English is pretty. I think I'm pretty confident for my region, because I have like it's just writing essays and paragraphs and doing some like, it's like an SAT, but not really, because SATs are a lot easier than Regents reviews on Regents in any subject, honestly, because SAT is more just a broad topic generalization of what you know in in high school and in general, like English and math, while Regents is just focusing on algebra or English, what grade you're at, or geometry, what a Regents taken, but it's like, then I ask you like, solve factor x squared plus x squared minus 6x plus 9. You know, and then I can actually factor that. They're gonna add a lot more steps in there and make it a little harder for you, just so you can understand what the topic is. So like I would understand with the topic how to do it, but when I see the question, I'm like so confused. I forgot a lot of the topics, but it's really easy to do. But the thing is, I'm actually really good at math. Like I'm like one of the best that I know. I'm not gonna tattoo my own horn, but I am like one of the best. Because I can do mental math really fast and I can do it really easy, and I barely use my calculator when needed sometimes for people. Like for example, like the SAT, I remember I was like, wow, this is so easy. I don't need to really use my calculator for the actual calculator portion. All the time I use it for just guess and check. And then yeah, but the one actually part with it, actually without the calculator is actually kind of harder than the one with calculator. You know, I didn't use the calculator, so I don't know what's going on there, but that's what happened. And then so Regents, the math out of 2, we're doing like review and stuff in class, and it's like 20. So there's like 24 multiple choice and 13 actual fill-ins and just like work to show work, and then like put an answer. Like you can like that. They don't have multiple choice. You just fill in, put an answer, and I get like around 21 or 20 out of 24 of the multiple choice, which is really good because my class out of like everyone else does not get even in the 20s. So I'm like one of one who get in the 20s, and then the ones of the other 13, we really didn't like go over like a full like margin, but I remember we did like 6 or 7 of them, and I got like 5 or 6 of those right. So there was some of them I met like, and then once I got wrong, were either like I didn't simplify it all the way, or I just like mess up on a number. But I get the idea of what to do. So, and that's the best part of my problem. Like I can do mental math easily, but the problem is showing work and actually actually doing it. I tend to mess up on for sometimes when I go too fast. But I also like sometimes when I do it really fast, I can also do it really well too. So it's like back and forth of what to do. So like I could be like really fast and be perfect, or really fast and make a couple mistakes. Like it's either if or. I'm never like, oh my god, completely stumped. I'm so screwed. I've only felt that when like my geometry readings, because it was actually kind of hard. Geometry was not my strong suit. I'll be honest, because it's like different from algebra. I feel like algebra like this year is so much easier, and algebra in just general is easier because I think algebra. I started taking pre-algebra in 7th grade because I'm in honors class. So I took pre-algebra in 7th grade, algebra in 8th grade, algebra in high school with COVID year, which was awful. And then I took algebra 2, and then now this year, which is so much easier. I was in honors class in high school freshman year too, and it was so much easier to do than geometry. Because I took geometry for 1 year, and I was like, it was wholly different, like actually different. A lot of it had algebra. Like honestly, like some like I like that's what I like about like the math, because part of the geometry started off geometry was a lot of just algebra work, and then a lot of algebra 2 was just a lot we learned algebra 1 but a little harder, and then a lot of new stuff was also just old geometry that we learned. So like finding like something like radius, like either unit circle or normal circle or SOHCAHTOA, all that's all stuff we learned, not calculus. That's all the stuff we learned in geometry. I don't know why I said calculus. I'm not even like I haven't taken that yet. I've never taken calculus before, but actually I'm taking pre-calc and calculus, so I will know firsthand how hard or how easy calculus is. I don't know. I honestly don't know what calculus really is. I'm like I know like derivatives and all that stuff, but like I'll learn next year, so it's fine. It's okay. And then yeah, that's my math. How math is going. Other classes I've taken like. I have like physics, because like I'm a junior in high school, so I think I'm not sure how every school does it. I'm not sure they do bio, chemistry, physics, and then something else. I don't know what they do in senior minds, like electives. So I can do whatever science I want, and then and they have like algebra 1, geometry, and algebra 2, and then again calculus, or pre-calc, and then other stuff you can do. Like I think you can do algebra 2 again. You could do advanced AP calculus. You could do other things. You could do a bunch of things. I don't know what the other options are. You could do statistics and accounting. You could do, but those are more like actual elective classes that are like a little more elective rather than an actual like class. So like say for example, I want to take like an English course. I want to take like an English language rather than like literature or creative writing or something like that. But even though I don't like English at all, and I'm just taking like creative writing or something like that because I hate. It's either AP English Literature or AP English Lit or whatever, I forgot, or I take creative writing and popular literature, like 2 classes for English, but it's like half a semester or for a whole semester, and I'd rather do that because I don't want to take AP at all because I'm not good at English, and AP would just make me struggle even more. And I had to take a test at the end of the year, which is also useless after the fact that I was had to take I would take AP after the fact I'm like graduating from school and I'm probably know what college I'm going to at the time because I'm taking probably in June, I'm not thinking, like, or May maybe at the latest, earliest I should say, because I'm leaving in May for my school if I do when I do become a senior. Right now it's June, almost June, and I'm gonna be leaving out like June 9th for not seniors. But if you're a senior, you leave like 3 weeks earlier, so it's a plus being a senior. Because you already know college go to. There's no point of me staying in school any longer. Just get you out the door and just leave. Yeah, English. I just don't like. Actually, my only favorite subject is English. I would say I also don't like history, but I'm like really good at it, or someone decent at it. So yeah. Also, I love physics too. By the way, physics is actually a really good class because physics is kind of easy. I mean, it's compared to biology and chemistry. It has something. It's like comparing. Like a I can't really explain this. I don't explain it. Like I want to explain it away. Like I can one good thing and two bad things. You know, like it's like comparing an iPhone 14 to an older version of Samsung and a Nokia, or like a trackpad and a Nokia. Like they don't want a trackpad nor a Nokia. They want the iPhone 14. So that's what kind of like physics is. It's like the best version of sciences, 3 sciences you take during your high school experience. In senior year, you have opportunities to take a lot of other sciences. You could take biology, chemistry, and physics again, but they have AP classes, so you can take them again, but they're AP, so they're harder. You can also take marine biology, which is pretty interesting. I would take that, but they had a better science that I wanted to take, and I'm taking. It's called forensic science. I love forensic science. I always wanted to do forensic science, and that's what I'm going to do in senior year. It's not what I'm majoring in college, but I'm saying what's what I want to do when I'm in senior year, and I've always been interested in. So I want to learn something about it a little bit while I'm in high school. So, and hopefully again in the class. I'm not sure if I'm in the class, but I'm hopefully we'll get in. I mean, like it's not like why would it be there's not a chance. My grade for freaking physics right now is like a 96. I'm not even kidding. It's like a 90 or 98. I don't remember. But unless it counts like physics, I mean, unless it counts chemistry and biology, which, I mean, chemistry was alright. Biology was, but yeah. So physics was my easiest freaking grades of the year. Plus, I'm glad the first years of my high school didn't have regents. They all got canceled because I would be absolutely screwed. Algebra, regents failed. I would have failed. I would have I have biology regents. Oof. Okay, so then, but that's like mostly just how physics is, and then history. So the first year is global history 1, and then the second year is global history 2. So it's like global history 1's like from start of the universe to like the age of success. I think it was like Age of Emperors and Age of Empire. I don't know, Age of Successes. I don't remember the portion it was, but I think that I that was awful. I liked my teacher's good, but I liked global history 2. It's weird. I like global history 1. The teacher's good, but the class was bad. But second year was bad teacher or a mediocre teacher, but good a good class, because it was like more of this like the last few centuries. So I had like. So if I like French Revolution, we had like the all kinds of revolutions in different education to make it whatever, and they had like World War, the World Wars. They have all that. That was interesting. I like learning about that. I don't like learning about like ancient Egypt, ancient China. I'm not a big fan of that. You know, I'm bored. I get bored of that watching that. What else? And then I remember a story. I'm not gonna speak a lot about this, but. I have Spanish class. I take a Spanish class. Oof. I'm still in the Spanish class. So I don't want to say much, but I'm not a big fan of the Spanish class. I'll talk about it more later when I'm out of Spanish, like I'm out of my school. But it's a lot of stories can come from that one. I could be here all day explaining about Spanish. But the Spanish from the last 2 years weren't that bad. My Spanish teacher last year was probably my favorite Spanish teacher I've had. Probably ever, but. Or close up there, honestly. I mean, probably ever, honestly. last Spanish I've had were just awful because either they didn't speak Spanish and they're just absolutely just assholes, you know. Like I remember I had like at least two in middle school or elementary school who were just absolutely awful. It was like ugh. And then first year freshman year was like I had two different Spanish teachers for some reason because they had messed up on the schedule. So I had like it was crazy, but like I had two, and then one definitely better than the other one. I could tell, but like, they were both pretty good. They both taught Spanish and did their job well. So that's what I like to see. And second year was pretty good because I love teachers. So and then we're talking about math, English, science, physics, religion. Okay, yeah, religion's next. Religion's the last class that I want to talk about. Is this about? I want to talk about high school, by the way. I just want to mention that 'cause I'm in high school, but I can talk about middle school stories. I know people from middle school are probably watching this. 'Cause I remember one time I saw a video of them watching my podcast. So, if you're watching, cheers, man. Cheers, mates. Um, yeah, but I'll talk about more of the stories about other stuff and like subjects and stuff that matter in another podcast episode. Maybe with all, I don't know, but whatever. Let's see here. So yeah, religion. I don't know about you. You probably you guys watching right now probably don't know like about like religion classes because I don't take religion classes. But I go to Catholic school. I've always been going to Catholic school for like 12 years, maybe longer than 13 years. 14 years actually. Fuck, I've been in my old school for 10 years and then for 3 years here. I was like 13 years then. 13. Okay, I was right the second time. So yeah, I was in a Catholic school, so I know like everything about a lot about religion. But I feel like religion last 3 years was I didn't like the classes at all. So like the first year was about like Jesus and like New Testament, which was actually not bad because that's what I know. That's what I can like recite to you about Christology. I'm Roman Catholic, so it makes sense. That's what I know. Christology. Anything about that is like absolute like I can read you the Bible from my mind. But when second year comes around, it was more about the Old Testament and all about like that, and that was a lot harder because I'm not more knowledgeable of the Old Testament, more knowledgeable in the New Testament. What's more I learned in middle school and elementary school, and then a little more in high school, and then the first year of high school. So, I mean, I learned a lot about the Old Testament, but not is still a little eerie. So I don't know a lot. But when people say stuff when they mention the Bible, I don't know a lot about that, but I know a lot about the New Testament. So I know like the gospel stories. I know the back of my hand, easy. But other than that, I don't know much. But I mean, I know a good amount. But I won't say I know. I don't know. I know the gospel like the stories like. I'm not gonna name them, but you know what I mean. But anyways, so then I had to like take that class was, but then got religion that year second year was only a semester because they wanted to do a half a semester for peer group and then half a semester for personal growth. So peer group was like you have like so for people from the religion class like 5 or 6 people from that group were paired with some seniors and a teacher or like a counselor or whomever like we had brothers in our school, so we had a brother, so then they would like talk to us about like specific topics, and we would give our experiences. We have like little chats about it. We never like became quiet. We had to talk about something like about life experiences, and we just talk about that. That was actually a fun class. I liked that one. It was again easy hundreds all around the board, so I liked it. And then next, personal growth was also cool because we had to do fun activities all the time, and then that was a good way to start the day. By the way, at that first period, that was amazing. And then at that first, and then I had we do fun activities. We talk also nice chats, and then we have a couple of homeworks. We had to like do some like research and like questions. But yeah, that was really fun too. So that was my favorite religion year of my high school years. This year, it's between like I don't know. If I had to rank them, like I would rank the second year in 2 parts because the first quarter and second quarter were like different. Definitely, like the first semester, second semester were different. While like freshman year was different, and then like and junior year was like a whole thing. So I'll probably rank like so the second semester of second year number 1. I'll probably rank like neck and neck of freshman year and junior year, like on each other's back, and then last is that first quarter of religion in the first year, because I was not good at religion at the time. I was like, ooh, wow. I've some decent grades, but that one's just bad. It's just not good. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that one, but this year it's still bad, not decent grade, but not bad either. So like, I'm telling you right now, I'm not failed at all religion. So that's a plus. Maybe the first, maybe it's the sophomore year's first quarter, maybe close to it, but I don't think I failed religion. So it's not that bad. It's like, but it's not good either. I won't say like it's not even in the 70s. It's just bad though. It's because this year of religion's a lot harder due to the fact that it's more ethics and philosophy, and so it's like a new topic, a new understanding of something like that's like, and it's a lot harder for me to understand because like it's not just like, I'll explain about the Old Testament, New Testament, all that. But we did do a quarter in the semester of Christology, so that made me like my grade go up a lot. My grade was like, that's my best I've ever had in my grades for that one quarter, which is like a quarter is like four quarters in a year, so a 1 quarter best grade. Because I'm good at Christology. Christology is the easiest one to grasp, honestly, in my opinion. Nothing is yeah, and then we went back to ethics and philosophy, which is, you think it's easy, like, oh, you just learn, like, how that's the class. So I love the discussions, I love it all. It's pretty awesome. The problem is this drinking here? Oh, okay, no, it's not. Okay, I'm thirsty right now. Water break. Problem is, like, he also asks us to like read something at home or watch videos at home, but like, he always like nitpicks. Like, we have a quiz on it usually, but he nitpicks that part of the videos. So like, I gotta watch the video intently, but it's like nothing we do in class. That's what the problem is. It's just like watching a video at home and like have a quiz on that video and that video only. Sometimes it's stuff in the class notes in class, but like 1 or 2 questions on the quiz usually out of like 4, maybe 6. Sometimes questions, like it's a lot, or 5, maybe 4 to 5 usually. If it's less than that, it's never notes in class. So like when the Christology was like Matthew, the books of Matthew. Or chapters of Matthew, so it was just Matthew. It wouldn't be anything else. We wouldn't do anything in class about that. But of course, Christology is really easy. So, yeah. And yeah, that's religion class. My grades have been pretty good. Junior is my best year for my grades. Honestly, I've got an honor roll. I've been doing good. So, yeah. So everybody do good in school, kids. I'm only doing it for 20 minutes. Wow. I've been doing it for a lot longer. If I've been sitting here for 20 minutes. That's why I don't do podcasts. Cause I feel like it's just like I talk for 30 minutes, and I feel like I babble on. And plus, I'm by myself. It's kind of weird. That's why podcasts is so hard to film too. Because like just taking 30, 40 minutes of my time is just absolutely impossible for some reason. Today I'm getting a little lucky, but I had to do a cut in this video already. So a cut in this video, so I don't have to scrap this entire video. It's only like a minute of scrapping, but I'll take it. Honestly, and yeah, so time's around 7:55. Okay, yeah, I'll give it some time. That's my school stories, guys. I'm gonna wait to the 30-second mark, which is in 20 seconds. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this podcast, guys. Again, I'm gonna post more on this YouTube on a main channel of all of podcast episodes, maybe with Oz, maybe with someone else, who knows? But mostly Oz probably, or myself. And yeah, and we'll see all other stories come up. And also, yeah, what else? The Electric After Hours Spotify podcast stay the same. Nothing will change. I will still post on that. But the Electric After Hours will be moved to the main channel now, and you'll see this cool board and all this cool stuff. So, yes. So peace out, Electrics. I can say that now because it's the main channel. Welcome to the bleach, and then stay lit. Bye.